Holy shit. Hawk. Big fucking hawk. God damn. That was weird. Stalking my cats, maybe. Fucker. Anyway. On to the subject, which is sort of related to that beastie doing his little beastly thing. Alright, Professor Anton, I didn't watch the video yet, but he's made another intelligent design, blah blah video, and I'm sure it's some kind of why something rather than nothing or whatever. Blah blah blah. And, yeah, it's the nature. It's nature. So, yeah, I don't have an answer to that. I don't know how nothing could be contained any better than something being contained. So, it's like, how do you have what's the container in the first place? This is a hard one to wrap your brain around. The idea of barriers, barriers to space, barriers to time. These are really difficult to deal with. The question we can answer, the one that's not difficult to deal with, is there something, a projection of intelligence in this, like you needed it, like you needed an intelligence to initiate it, or pull a lever and say, let's start the reality machine. No. Let's, zap some matter into existence or some energy, create something rather than nothing. No, that didn't happen. That inference we can draw from the reality that exists. We see the mechanical forces. We see the stupid premises of the functionality. Consumption, reproduction, death, mayhem. Nothing intelligent in this. This is not, nothing smart, all right? Let's use a different word. Nothing genius. Nothing incredibly perceptive in what exists. The diagram for nature is crude and stupid. It's worse than crayon. It's less than that. It's not even a stick figure of rationality. It is biology, chemistry, physics. It is not an act of will, an act of deliberation, an act of thoughtful projection. It's not a gesture of kindness. It's not. I guess we go down the list of what would make something intelligent, and this doesn't have it on it. This is consumption and reproduction by crude forces. Survival of the fittest, where fittest is defined by whatever can beat the crap out of everything else. It's not. We challenged it to an IQ contest. I mean, even though that is partly what evolution will create in the end, because intelligence possessed by an organism will likely be the ultimate weapon. There's no bigger, better weapon than intelligence. The ability to completely outmaneuver whatever shield or gun the other side can invent, the other animals, no matter how sharp their teeth get or vicious their claws. But also the downside is we can be outsmarted by our own intelligence and create, a bomb that blows us up. So, and for the better, I'd say. But that's a whole different subject. So anyway, it's sort of irrelevant. There's something from nothing, blah, blah, blah. All we know is it's not intelligent something. So it doesn't matter where the something came from. It doesn't. It's a stupid question. We know hydrogen atoms aren't brilliant. We know the physics that dictate how they will behave is not brilliant. We know there's nothing forced in the equation that demands a productive result. There's nothing that forces it in a direction, that forces it to be kind or decent or beautiful or whatever word we want to apply. There's nothing. So we know intelligence wouldn't make it, because it's too fucking sloppy for an intelligence. So that's the only question we need to answer. It's the way it is. It's dumb fucking universe. And we're stuck in it, unfortunately. And it's a little bit abhorrent to an intelligent organism's sensibilities. It's because it is that stupid. We're living in the drool of a retard. That's where we're living. We're living in the drool of a retard. And it's just not a fun place to live. So anyway, it's cold this morning. Yeah, I guess I'll throw a little ad on just because it's got more space. Look, the context of this, question of the nothing versus the something is also to understand that most of the universe is not doing what we're doing here. This infestation of the reproducing DNA molecule is not taking place all over the universe. It is not evolving into anything interesting or green or pretty, chameleons or whatever. It just isn't. This is a rare occurrence. It only happens when matter goes into a really weird and bizarre syndrome. And, it's just a little bit preposterous to say, yes, something created this whole mechanical thing, this whole clockwork orange, so that, animals, sentient creatures could spend billions of years chewing each other to pieces so a human being could contemplate the question of nothingness. I mean, come on. It's silly. We can see how we're built. We can see the functionality of it. We can see the evolution of it. You get a vocal cord. You learn a few words. You learn how to communicate. Your brain switches on a different way. All of a sudden you have language. You can store information in books. You can write stuff down, and your culture can evolve. You can learn, and game on. And and for what though? Still, so we can look at the universe and go, "What a mess!" Holy fucking shit! We can build fantastic telescopes to look a zillion miles away and just watch a galaxy crash into another galaxy. I mean, no, sorry. There's no magic here. And intelligence itself is not magic. It's just a way of hearing the sound of logic. It's a way of receiving from the environment the cause and effect nature of this universe. And that's it. And the fact that we get emotional about all this stuff, that's a whole, it's very similar but different. It's just that because of the fact that sentience was a motivating tool. It's not an end game. It's just a piece of the machinery. The end game is non-existent. Is non-existent as the creator. There's nowhere to go. There's pointless desire, futile accomplishment, and that's it. Sorry, but that's the truth. Yeah, it is. I didn't write the book. I'm just gonna sit there and beat you over the head with it. But that's what the book says. You are fucked.